Good morning. Thank you for joining us for this truly historic day at Sheridan. My name is Mary Priest, and I have the honor of serving as Sheridan's Provost and Vice President Academic, and the pleasure of being today's MC. As we gather here today, we would like to acknowledge that we're on the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the New Credit First Nation. We at Sheridan College humbly acknowledge those who have come before us, those amongst us, and those who've yet to come. Miigwech, thank you. I'm delighted that so many of you, members of Sheridan community, both employees and students, could join us here this morning. I'd also like to extend a warm welcome to the members of the public who have joined us as well as anyone who's watching this event via live streaming on the Sheridan web. At this point, I'd like you all to remain standing and join in the singing of the national anthem, which will be performed by Irenia Hermans from our Honors Bachelor of Music Theatre Performance Program and accompanied by Professor Michael Mulrooney. Thank you, Ms. Herman and Mr. Mulrooney. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce our platform party. Starting on your left, Dr. Jeff Zabudsky, President and Vice Chancellor of Sheridan. Mr. Brian Dawson, Chair of the Sheridan Board of Governors. Ms. Hazel McCallion, our incoming Chancellor. And Mr. Jamie King, General Manager of the Sheridan Student Union. I'd also like to acknowledge some very special guests who we've already have with us here today. As I call your name, I invite you to stand or wave to be acknowledged. First, Mr. Victor O., Senator, Government of Canada. Ms. Amrit Mangat, MPP from Mississauga, Brampton South. And a number of members of Municipal Council from the City of Mississauga, the City of Brampton, and the Town of Oakville. There are also two distinguished guests who were very disappointed that they could not join us here today in person, but who have sent greetings, which I'll read now. From the Right Honourable Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada. It is with great pleasure that I join everyone in congratulating Ms. Hazel McCallion on her installation as Chancellor of Sheridan College. Since its establishment in 1967, the Sheridan community has grown into a thriving and diverse group of successful students, staff, and alumni. Their innovative and creative approach to education helps make Sheridan an excellent destination for students of all backgrounds. Today, in anticipation of the upcoming convocation, we gather to welcome Ms. Hazel McCallion in her role as Sheridan's inaugural Chancellor. As an ambassador and leader for Sheridan, I am confident that students will be well served with Ms. McCallion as a representative of the college. Her unparalleled experience and tremendous advocacy for Canadians of all backgrounds makes her an incredible asset to the Sheridan community. Thank you to the organizers of this amazing event and to all of you who are in attendance today to witness this historic ceremony. Please accept my warmest welcome and best wishes for a memorable event. And then from the Honourable Kathleen Wynne, Premier of Ontario, I'm delighted to congratulate you on your appointment as Chancellor of Sheridan College. Given the breadth and scope of your experience and knowledge, you have much to bring to this fine learning institution. I am confident that your leadership and vision will be of great value to the college and to the students who seek inspiration from within its walls. My colleagues and I look forward to working with you and the Sheridan community to continue to ensure that Ontario students have access to the best possible post-secondary education. Again, please accept my congratulations on your well-deserved appointment and my personal best wishes for much ongoing success. Now, to explain the significance of today's events and to introduce our new Chancellor, it now gives me great pleasure to invite Sheridan's President and Vice Chancellor, Dr. Jasubadski, to the podium.
Well, thank you very much, Mary, and good morning to everyone, and welcome to those that are watching in on Sheridan TV and on the web. It's great to have you joining us as well. This is truly an historic day for Sheridan. As we formally install our inaugural Chancellor, not only are we strengthening our long-held and deeply cherished relationship with the one and only Hazel McCallion, we're also making even further strides on the journey underway to become Sheridan University. It was 5 short years ago, in 2011, when Sheridan's Board of Governors endorsed our vision to become Sheridan University, an institution focused on excellence in undergraduate teaching and learning. And for those of you who don't know, Sheridan U won't be like other universities in this province. Sheridan U is all about hanging on to the best of our college roots, like our small class sizes, our commitment to student taught by professors with strong ties to industry, and the variety of credentials we offer, including apprenticeships, skilled trades, diplomas, and postgraduate certificates. It's about increasing enrollment in our 25 honors BAs that already exist and creating new degrees in emerging fields of study. Because we know that in today's world, undergraduate degrees are quickly becoming the minimum calling card for employment in a growing number of fields. It's also about allowing students to transfer between credentials while at Sheridan so that the courses they take in high school will no longer limit the avenues that are open to them in their post-secondary studies. Sheridan U will provide students with the hard skills they need to get their first job and soft skills like creative problem solving, self-reflection, and collaboration to prepare them for a future in which change will be the only constant. When our Board of Governors began deliberating about who could possibly be the one person who could personify everything that Sheridan stands for, the choice was obvious. Throughout her 36 years as the mayor of Mississauga, Hazel McCallion embodied the values and attributes that we aim to instill in our students at Sheridan. She's a firm believer in hard work and living a life with purpose to build the foundation for personal and professional success. She's determined, decisive, and fiercely independent, but equally humble, compassionate, honest, and transparent. Hazel McCallion is the first to jump in when there's a call for help and was known throughout her political career for recognizing and prioritizing the needs of her constituents. Much like our journey at Sheridan is about doing what's right for our students and what will be the most value for their future success. She's the quintessential people's person and a fervent believer in the power of education to transform lives. So much so that she worked tirelessly to help Sheridan reestablish its presence in the city. She helped to build and run, an accomplishment we achieved together in 2011. Hazel, just like Sheridan, you've always united the worlds of imagination and intention to create inspiration. And like Sheridan, you've never been satisfied with the status quo, and you've always been a trailblazer, someone who's not afraid to break convention and lead the way when your doing serves a greater good and reason. You're interested and inquisitive in the world around you and recognize that the best approach is always one that's down to earth and grounded in reality. You are precisely the kind of role model our students need and exactly the champion and ambassador who can communicate Sheridan's values, ambitions, and strengths to the world. I hope that this video that we're about to play will help everyone understand why there could be no other person better suited to the role of Sheridan's inaugural Chancellor than Hazel McCallion. And Hazel, it's why we're so very honored, humbled, and thrilled that you said yes to our invitation.
I am Hazel McCallion, Chancellor of Sheridan. One day I had a call from the president of Sheridan College, President Jeff. He proceeded to tell me that Sheridan College had decided that they would like to appoint a chancellor. And then he said, which surprised me, a little shocked, he said, "We would like you to be the first chancellor of Sheridan College." Well, I just couldn't believe it. It was somewhat shocking, if you know what I mean. Shocking with delight. Well, my personal life has been, I call it the journey through life, starting out as a youngster on the Gaspé coast, a part of Quebec, and leaving the coast to get my education to high school, away from home. That was very exciting, but very challenging too, because I was a depression kid. I mean, most people today that I talk to know about a recession, but they have not experienced a depression. So I played hockey, professional hockey, in Montreal, and was paid $5 a game. Almost close to Gretzky, but not quite. And then I decided to retire from the business world and get into public office. Remember, in those days, in 1968, women to enter the political field was, who are you? Why do you want to enter a man's world like politics? But I did it. Didn't win the first time, but went back at it and won. Became mayor of the town of Streetsville, and then in 1978 became mayor of the great city of Mississauga. I think the struggles I had to go through made me very independent and very conscious of the fact that if you want to accomplish anything, you must work very hard. And I think today I would say to the young people, whatever you undertake to do, be committed and give it your best. And as I say, if you do the best in whatever you undertake to do, the best will come back to you.
Hazel, we're honored to have you as our inaugural Chancellor, and I welcome back Mary Priest.
At this point, I'd like to call upon Mr. Brian Dawson, Chair of Sheridan's Board of Governors, to come forward together with our Chancellor-designate, Hazel McCallion, for the oath of office. Following the oath, we will present our new Chancellor with her robes.
By virtue of my office as Chair of the Board of Governors, I declare that the governors, many who are here this afternoon, have, in accordance with the bylaws of this institution, nominated and appointed Hazel McCallion as Chancellor of the Sheridan College Institute of Technology and Advanced Learning. Chancellor-designate McCallion, may I ask you to kindly repeat after me? I, Hazel McCallion,
I, Hazel McCallion,
do solemnly and sincerely promise and declare
do solemnly and sincerely promise and declare
that I will truly and faithfully
that I will truly and faithfully
and to the best of my skill and knowledge
and to the best of my skill and knowledge
execute the powers and trust reposed in me
execute the powers and trusts reposed in me
as Chancellor of Sheridan.
as Chancellor of Sheridan.
Congratulations, Chancellor McCallion. I would now like to ask Dr. Mary Priest, Provost and Vice President Academic at Sheridan, to present our new Chancellor with her robe, following which I would like the entire platform party to come up for a photo.
Congratulations once again, Chancellor McCallion. I would like to invite you now to the podium to deliver your installation address.
Honored guests, Sheridan community friends and family, what a tremendous honor it is for me to be standing here in front of you all on my first official day in my new role as Chancellor of Sheridan. I think 95 is a perfect age to start a new job. I am so pleased, thank you. I'm so pleased that Sheridan decided they wanted a chancellor, a great community college, and very soon will become a university. And even more pleased that they thought to ask me. You know, when President Zambuski invited me to lunch one day, he wanted to talk to me about Sheridan needing a chancellor. I really expected that he was calling me for some advice, which he has done on a number of occasions. So I kept thinking, how many people can I recommend to him for this very prestigious job? So my brain went working. Well, maybe I could recommend somebody. Anyway, never in my wildest dreams, and I think that Jeff wanted to know if I'd be interested in taking the job. I was overwhelmed and shocked. I gotta tell you, Jeff, I'll never forget that moment, because it had never crossed my mind that I would be eligible for this. You know, my education has been very interesting. Grade 11 was my last year of formal education. That's when high school ended for me in Quebec City. Even worse, in my hometown of Port Daniel, and some of my relatives are here that were born in Port Daniel, in the Gaspé Coast region, school ended in grade 9. I had to move hours away to finish that school, something very few youth in Canada today have to do. While I've now received more than one honorary degree in recognition of my decades and long commitment to public service, back then my family just didn't have the money to send me to university. That was my dad's dream. That's one of the reasons why I was particularly excited about the opportunity to become Chancellor, the first Chancellor of Sheridan College. Sheridan is all about possibility and access to opportunity. Let me tell you what else I've come to learn about Sheridan, having gotten to know this institution so well during my 12 consecutive terms as Mississauga's mayor. When Sheridan was born in 1967, I was already 46 years old. I had just won my first election as deputy reeve of the great community of Streetsville, and therefore entered municipal politics. The Leafs had just won the Stanley Cup and haven't done it since then. In fact, I have to add a little joke here. You know, a leaf is green, a maple leaf is green in the summer. It starts to fade a bit in October, and it dies in December. That's the maple leaf. Over the years, Mississauga, Brampton, and Oakville have certainly grown. Right along with them, so has Sheridan grown. From the humble beginnings in a small rented space in Mississauga, in Cooksville, and Brampton, to a permanent presence in Oakville and Brampton, and now back in force in Mississauga in a big way, a real big way. And Sheridan has become the educational background of the Greater Toronto Area. Think about it. Serving 20,000 full-time students. Over 165,000 students have graduated from Sheridan. That's the size of a small city. And with the education they gain at Sheridan, these graduates are determined, resilient, motivated, and hardworking. Some of the principles that I have tried to institute during my life. They used to say that I had my elbows when I played hockey, used my elbows. And that's a good thing. You have to fight for what you believe in. And you need to have a vision, but with it, you need to have a purpose. You know what they call vision without purpose, don't you? They call it hallucination. Sheridan is about vision and purpose. That's why I'm excited to be involved with them. 40 years ago, when you had a job, you stayed with it. You stayed with it for life. For the 78,000 students who will cross this stage all week, they'll likely have 20 jobs in their lifetime, including some that don't even exist right now with the progress that's being made. I want to help Sheridan and graduates prepare for the next 50 years. So when I'm standing on this stage, shaking hands with students 50 years from now, you see how long I want to live? At graduation, they'll be still getting an education that's right for the time. Back in 1967, our post-secondary education system in Ontario was divided. There were colleges and what a wonderful addition, and Bill Davis can take a lot of credit for that. And universities. It was the right model for that time. Those who went to university became leaders, and colleges were there to make sure that industrious people got the hard skills work they needed to make a career for themselves at good-paying jobs. In fact, you need skilled workers to build the buildings and all the other services in a city for people to enjoy. Well, we don't want there to be a wall dividing college and university any longer. Instead, we think there should be a bridge. And I saw this with the president when we visited Vancouver just a few weeks ago. Colleges that did a fantastic job are now universities, still maintaining everything a college did, but adding to it and creating the bridge between the college program and the university program, so that students can walk back and forth. 1 in 5 students coming to Sheridan, think about it, already had a university degree. Congratulations. Oh, sorry, I think I turned. I think they lost some of my speech. What? Oh, you stole it?
But I don't think it's your page. No, not the right page.
Anyway, here we are. It's enough. I don't like long speeches, and nobody does. But today I stand here very proudly as Chancellor of a great college that will become a university in a short period of time. It's just a matter of time. And as I said, when I returned from British Columbia with our President Jeff, and I want to thank Jeff and Brian for this honor that you have bestowed upon me and the board, etc. Sheridan is so far ahead of what I witnessed in British Columbia. So here we have a college to become a university that can do so much for the Greater Toronto Area and even beyond, because the future of this great country of Canada will depend on how competitive we can be. And that will be how well we educate our young people. So, thank you all for coming today to join with me in this very, very special occasion. Go, Sheridan, go!
Honest, I didn't steal your speech. That'd be one of those career-limiting decisions. Thank you, Chancellor McCallion, for your very inspirational words. We have 2 short presentations for you to commemorate today's historic occasion. Chancellor McCallion, may I ask you to join me here at the podium to accept a token of our appreciation presented by Jamie King, General Manager for Sheridan Student Union. I now have the pleasure of inviting Ms. Irenia Hermans back to the podium for our second presentation, The Gift of a Song, which will be accompanied by Professor Michael Mulrooney. Ms. Hermans will perform a special adapted version of You're the Top, which originally comes from the musical Anything Goes.
At But words poetic, I'm so pathetic that I always have found it best, instead of getting them off my chest, to let them rest unexpressed. I hate parading my serenading, as I'll probably miss a bar. But if this ditty is not so pretty, at least it'll tell you how great you are. You're the top. You're the gold medallion. You're the top. You're Hazel McCallion. You're the Chancellor now for the college. Wow, say cheese. You're a stellar leader, an A+ reader. You're Hercules. You're the star. You're the Sheridan motto. You raise the bar with your low vibrato. We're so proud to say that you're here today, full stop, because now that you're the Chancellor, we're the top.
Thank you, Ms. Hermans and Mr. Mulrooney, for helping to convey the joy, excitement, and pride that we're all feeling today in a creative way that is uniquely Sheridan. I'd also like to thank everyone who has taken the time out of your busy days to be part of this event this morning. While this concludes our formal ceremony, our celebration is only beginning. I'd like to invite everyone in attendance to join us in the lobby for an informal reception, some light refreshments, and a chance to celebrate together. As a token of our appreciation for joining us today, we also have a commemorative bookmark which we'll be distributing as you exit Hammerson Hall. Thank you once again for joining us on this truly momentous occasion in Sheridan's history. I'd also like to ask all members of the audience to please rise and remain standing while the platform party leaves Hammerson Hall. Thank you.